guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am my Renee. For those who do not know me yet, and welcome. And for those of you returning, thank you for coming back. I love you much. Mwah. So today we're gonna be talking about Love is Blind because you know what? Love is blind. No, I meant to say Love is not blind. That show has never been blind. That show has always girl, let's get into it because this season was probably worse than all of the Bartice antics of last season. But before I really get into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and let's get into the video. First off, let's mention how we only had, well, it was supposed to be 3 couples, but you know, we lost one because of a literally a lame excuse to even like, oh, JP, he really made me so angry, girl. Anyways, I think how I'm going to split this up is, first, I'm just going to say this season was horrible. It was bad. I don't think any of the couples should have stayed together. I'm still so surprised that Milton and Lydia did, because I thought their communication style is so bad. I did not expect them to stay together. But let's start with the couple that lasted the least amount of time on the show, which is Taylor and JP. I don't think Taylor was really forcing him to talk. She was just trying to have conversations with him, literally just trying to talk to him, and he's literally like mute the whole time. Like, what the heck? Look, it was so hard to watch as a viewer. Her literally just trying to talk, and he's like, quit forcing me to talk. If I don't want to talk, I'm not gonna talk.
Shut up, bitch.
And then his excuse of, I didn't want to talk to you, or I didn't think you were attractive anymore because you're wearing makeup. Just say you didn't find her attractive and go on with your day. Like, why? Why is that the excuse you wanted to use? Because you seen her in makeup and you're like, oh, that's so fake. That is such a stupid excuse. Like, that made me so mad. If I was Taylor, oh, I wouldn't get physical because I'm not a physical person, but oh, there would be some words shared and words that they probably couldn't air on national television. Because that was disgusting. His attitude, what he said towards her. Oh, I don't like you because you're wearing makeup. You're a whole different person. Like, not only were they supposed to fall in love just with personality, and he was like, oh, I really love you as a person, like personality, because that's all they know. And to finally see her and be like, ew, your makeup is disgusting to me, like it's making me want to vomit. That's just such a lousy, lame, stupid, bogus, nasty like lie. Like, just say you really don't find her attractive and that you don't want to be here. Like, oh, the cameras are making me feel forced. Just go home. You don't find her attractive, just go home. Like, you're lame. And Taylor, I hope you find better. I hope you're out here flourishing better than he is. And that's on that. Okay, I want to talk about Johnny and Chris. I don't think I like Johnny. I didn't like a lot of people in this season. Ugh. I think my personal faves were Aaliyah. I kind of liked Milton. I didn't mind him. He had a good head on his shoulders. I think my favorite literal people were just Aaliyah, Milton, and Taylor. Just because Taylor was literally like treated so badly. But anyways, getting on back to Johnny and Chris. I wish Chris didn't go back to Johnny because he was literally a fallback. Like, I don't know, if it was me and she had told me like, oh, I can't be with you, I really like this other guy, and then literally the next day she's like, actually, things didn't go well, I want you back, I would have been like, girl, leave me alone. Way alone. Like, what do I look like being a second choice? What do I look like being a fallback? What do I look like being the safe choice? Don't piss me off. But yeah, I didn't like Johnny, and Chris deserved better, but also what he did was actually disgusting. Then he go out of town and literally find a new girl but never told Johnny, and just like started dating her and just ghosted Johnny. What Johnny did was bad, but what you did was also equally as bad. Not even equally as bad. That was probably worse. Like, when they said that, I was like, oh, he's evil. Like, she broke your heart, but he did a number. He did a number. Yeah. I think that's really all I have to say for Johnny and Chris. They really weren't like there a lot. I think the whole situation, like that argument with Chris, Johnny, Izzy, and Stacy, that was so annoying. Yeah, so JP and Taylor deserves better. We hate JP. Johnny and Chris, I don't know what much to say about them. Who do I want to talk about next? Let's go to Uche and Aaliyah, because technically they didn't have a lot of screen time. Let's talk about Aaliyah first, because I got a lot to say about Uche. I have a lot to say about Uche. Aaliyah, I think she deserves better. Like, she told that man that she cheated, but he did too. He literally is a more recent cheater than she was. She cheated 2 years ago. He cheated like 3 months beforehand of the show. Uche is just a nasty, nasty, evil man. Oh my gosh. Like, Aaliyah, she deserves so much better. I really liked her, and I'm glad she left because she did a good thing of leaving. And I feel bad that she had to be... I feel like Uche probably wanted to say yes to taking her back, but I feel like he wanted to get the last laugh. I feel like he just wanted to make her hurt for him hurting when she left. That's what I think that whole thing was. Like, he just wanted her to feel his pain. Whatever. Aaliyah deserves so much better. I thought she was such a well-spoken like person in the show, and she carried herself nicely. And that's all I have to say about Aaliyah. Now let's get into Uche. Uche is a horrible person. Next. Let's start with the fact that I just mentioned this, but now we're talking about Uche. Let's talk about the fact that he was literally with Lydia just a couple months prior to the show. Hid all of it from Aaliyah. Like, I know there was a thing where they couldn't tell, but it was the thing that he went so hard and berated the hell out of Aaliyah just to be exposed for doing the same exact thing to Lydia, and having seen her literally right before the show started. Like, be serious, be for real. Like, that's the double standards. She can't cheat, but he can, and it's fine, and nobody has to berate him for it. Don't make me angry. I feel like that's what men do on the show do. They make me angry, except Milton. And I feel like Stacy, no, they were both a problem. They were both a problem. And then Uche, I feel like he was really stretching the Lydia stuff. Like, I feel like he literally did not want anybody around him to be happy. Like, I feel like because he wasn't happy, he wanted to take Aaliyah down with him. He wanted to take Milton down with him. He wanted to take Lydia down with him. Like, he literally wanted to take everybody down with him, and so they could all be single and unhappy and miserable just like him. Like, he's literally like an evil, calculated man. Am I the only one seeing this? I'm not. Everybody sees it. The whole world sees how diabolical you are. Like, I feel like everything he did just didn't make sense. And you know what? He should be lucky he didn't go to the reunion, because I feel like everybody there would berate him. He would get... I would love to see what everybody said about him, and I'm mad I didn't. He made me lose that experience. So now I'm even more upset, because I wanted to see him be berated. I wanted to see him go through what he put Aaliyah through, and Lydia too. Like, I don't really care for Lydia, but what he did to Lydia and Aaliyah was just evil, disgusting, nasty, diabolical even. What a nasty, nasty little man he is. Yeah, I think Uche was the Bartise of the season. He was literally evil. There's always one evil person on every season. Season 4 was Bartise. I don't remember the seasons before. because I didn't really care for them like I did. Like the last, like I watched all of them, but these, it just keeps getting worse. And the worst seasons you remember more because they're horrible.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
First off, we got JP, you suck. Taylor, you deserve better. Johnny, you suck. And Chris, you also suck. But Chris, no, you just suck too. Aaliyah, you deserve better. Uche, absolutely go to hell. Next, we're gonna talk about Izzy and Stacy because I hated them together and I knew they weren't going to get married because Stacy was literally so like torn. But it's because Izzy keeps so many secrets, like the whole like, what is it, debt, or he doesn't have credit or something. Girl, he kept that literally up until the day or 2 days before they were getting married. Like, finances is something that should be talked about. Even if you can't find a right time, there's never a right time to mention it. Just talk about it. It's supposed to be your wife. You're just talk. But I feel like Stacy, I really don't know like what was being done, like if he was reciprocating what she was giving to him. But I feel like every time she was drunk on the show, she was just so nasty towards him. Like, and we got like 2 scenes where she was drunk and I kind of like just didn't understand what she was saying. Like, girl, you're being a little rude right now. Put the cup down. But like, Izzy was just a liar and he kept a lot of secrets. And you know what, I'm with her because he was having like girls that he slept with, all their stuff just at his house. Like, throw that away unless you plan on seeing them again. Throw it away or mail it to them, or I don't know, just don't have it like just around the house. And he did know Stacy was coming, so like why was that out? Why was that not in a closet? Why was it not in a bag somewhere? Why was it just out on your dresser? Be serious. Be so for real.
Oh brother, this guy stinks.
Like, but Stacy, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she wasn't like really like loving. I feel like she was like so like, I feel like marriage really is a business deal to her. Like, she, like, it wasn't love for her, it was business, like monetary things. Like, I see where he was coming from, like where she only thinks about money. Like, I kind of got that in a way, in a sense that like this felt like a business transaction to her. And I'm glad she said no because it was a lot. I thought Izzy was going to say no. I thought it was going to be a mutual no. But knowing that it wasn't, why wasn't it? Because y'all knew it was bad. Like, all they did was, like, argue. He cried a lot. She cried a lot. Like, their communication was horrible. I don't know if it was worse than Milton and Lydia's or just, like, no, I think it was worse than theirs. It was just horrible. So, yeah, that couple sucked. And I'm glad they didn't stay together. And I'm glad they didn't rekindle the love because... just move on. They were not the ones for each other. No. Moving on. They both sucked. Yeah, they just both sucked. There's not one or the other that I liked better than the other. Like, I just didn't care for either of them or the relationship. Anyways, moving on to the couple, the big couple, the only ones that got married. Lydia and Milton. I thought the age gap was kind of, it's not like weird as in a sense like, oh, she's a cougar weird. I thought it was weird because they low-key kinda were at 2 different mental levels. But for some reason, Lydia was so much more immature than the actual 24-year-old as a 32-year-old. And that was surprising to me because, girl, you're 30. Act like it. She was acting like she was 16 or something. And I hated Lydia's excuse every time, like something, I'm loud, I'm crazy, I'm Latina, I'm all of this. That's me. Get with it or get lost. Like, girl, you can't use the excuse that you're Latina. Like, that's literally carrying it on, like, what is it called? Like, what is it called? When people make assumptions about, like, different races. I can't remember what it's called. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, she's carrying on those assumptions made about certain races being like loud, crazy. Like, you shouldn't do that. That's bad. Not a generalization. I can't remember the word. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. But I feel like she was just so immature, but also he was immature at times. Like, I hated the fact that he just kept calling her old. Like, that would make me feel like crappy if I was Lydia in that situation. He just kept making this joke about, you're so old, you're old, you're old, you're old. Like, okay, nobody wants to be called old. Like, no old man wants to hear that they're old. No woman especially wants to hear that they are old. Shut up. Like, that made me so mad. Like, he said it so many times. Like, please, Milton,
shut up, bitch.
I honestly didn't think they were gonna get married, so I was super surprised when they both said yes, because Milton did start having some doubts, and I was like, yeah, keep that in your head. Please have doubts. Because I just didn't think their communication style is horrible too. Because, like, I feel like Milton, like, the way he was raised, like, he's not really sensitive and doesn't think about things like the heart. He uses like his brain a lot of the time, and Lydia does think with her heart and reacts with her heart and stuff like that. So I think their communication in that sense was horrible because she's thinking with her heart, he's thinking with his head. Like, those are two different like feelings and like how you're gonna like react with both of those things. Like, he's thinking level-headed, she's emotional. Already there, I was like, whoa, this is gonna be horrible. And I hate that every time they were in an argument, Lydia said, I'm loud, I'm crazy, I'm Latina, that's me. You don't have to be loud and crazy all the time, and you don't have to blame that on you being Latina. I don't know. It was just always so like annoying to me to hear that. Her just saying, I'm loud, I'm crazy, that's me, get used to it. I'm loud, I'm crazy, that's me, get used to it. I'm loud, I'm crazy, I'm loud, and I'm crazy again. And that's just me, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, girl, you're not a child, you're a grown woman. Be normal. Like, seriously, be normal. What are you doing? But yeah, I didn't think they were gonna get married. I thought they were at two different I thought they were at two different levels the whole time. But whatever. Like, literally that last argument, I thought that was going to be the end of them, but it wasn't for some reason. And me being me, I really wanted it to be. Like, I seriously am a hater. I made so many Twitter posts saying, like, excuse me, that none of these people should be together. They all suck. I'm a hater. Like, none of these people should have, like, literally gotten married. And that's just my most humble opinion. That's my most humble, truthful, raw opinion. Yeah? Yeah. Excuse my morning voice, but I have two more points to add on to Milton and Lydia. I hated how controlling Lydia was. Like, it was always her way or the highway, like, a lot of the times. And the one situation that comes to mind is literally over some swim trunks, where she's like, no, you have to wear these ones. And he's like, Lydia, no, like, I don't want to match with you. Like, nobody, like, if he doesn't want to be one of those matching couples, then just leave it. But she was always so controlling and saying that he should do this, something should be this way. Like, it was always her way or the highway. And then Milton, I commend him for not letting, like, everybody else's opinions about them get in the way, but also he should have. But anyways, yeah. Like, all in all, the season was horrible. Oh, I want to talk about another thing. I don't know who the girl who said it, but when Uche was talking over her, she was like, you're not going to use your toxic masculinity and talk over me. I was like, baby, that's not him being toxic and having masculinity, toxic masculinity. That's just him being a horrible person. Because there was nothing like toxic masculinity, rude person. He was a rude person. He was talking over her. toxic masculinity is so much more than just talking over a woman. He was just being a nasty, evil, rude, despicable person. Not toxic masculinity. I don't know. Who am I? I'm just a woman. I'm just a girl. But yeah, this season was really weird. And the fact that there were only 2 couples, even though there were about to be 3, I still thought that was like, what happened this season? Like, aren't there usually like 4 to 5 couples? What's going on? They couldn't get nobody else to get married. They couldn't find no good people, like great people, like nice people, kind people, not horrible spirited people. Like, I feel like it shouldn't have been that hard to find really good people to put on your show to find love. But who knows? I don't know. I don't cast for shows. I feel like I could. I feel like if they put me in their casting, they gave me 5 to 7 minutes to talk to each and every contestant, figure out what they like, figure out what they don't like, figure out who they are. I feel like I could cast a better show than whoever is casting it. No, I won't say all that. That's kind of mean. I feel like I could find a good, solid couples to put on that show. But yeah, that is the end of this rant. Because I had a lot to say about this season. I don't have anybody to talk to. I mean, I do, and I talk to them. But I feel like more people need to hear my opinion. And I don't know why. That's just me. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you have some other opinions, like if you have some other thoughts than I did, or if you like think the same way and want to elaborate on it, leave some comments, because I love talking about horrible bad shows that were once good. No, not even that. I love talking about things like this. Like, I love watching TV and movies, and I always want to talk about them. So leave some comments or find my Instagram and we can talk on there. Yeah. But I'm gonna go now. Mwah.
When the sky is blue and my pink 42 and my boss black boy, that's a rendezvous.